Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Hanafuda with Alton. I am so glad that you're here today. In today's reading, we are going to take a look at who is coming into your life and why. So this reading is going to be focused specifically on romantic relationships, so that's what we're going to be looking at. And I'm actually a little bit nervous about this reading, to be very honest with you, because I've not done that many romance love relationships on my channel. It's one topic that I think I'm just not very inclined to do most of the time. Like I would do many other things but love, but I feel that I really want to tap into the love romance energies more in this next phase on my channel. And so yeah, we are just gonna dive in and see what comes through here. I'm nervous and I'm so excited to see what's coming up for you guys. So yeah, let us dive in without any further ado. And actually before that, I want to talk about these three cards I have up top here, and they're actually called the Hanafuda cards, and this is what I will be using on my channel as the main divination tool. Hanafuda are of Japanese origin and they translate into English as the flower cards, and they are called the flower cards because there are many depictions of flowers, as you can see, as well as trees and grasses and animals on these cards, and they really bring forth such a beautiful connection with nature. And I just love working with these cards and deciphering, reading the messages that come through from them, and I'm very excited to be able to share them with you on this channel. So for this reading, we have three piles for you, and in pile number 1 we have the peony card as well as a rose quartz. And of course, don't worry about what these cards mean, just tap into the energies intuitively. We will get into the meanings during the reading. In pile number 2, we have the chrysanthemum flower as well as a smoky rutilated quartz. And in pile 3, we have the deer and maple card as well as a just a clear rutilated quartz, but it's also an Elestial. Oh, there's some like threads on it. Okay. So yeah, feel free to pause the video here if you'd like to take more time to connect with the cards and crystals. And for those of you that are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hello pile 1 and welcome to this reading all about who is entering your life and why. So let us start off the reading with our Hanafuda cards here and see what is coming through for my pile number 1s. So of course, the very first card you have is the peony, and we then have, the plum blossom in reverse, as well as the wisteria and cuckoo also in reverse. And underneath the deck, we have the chrysanthemum and sake cup card in reverse as well. This is a very interesting reading so far, pile number 1, I must say. So firstly, let us start off with the peony card, which is the card that you picked at the very start of the reading. And the moment I saw this card, I immediately got a sense of a very strong, romantic, heartfelt connection that's coming in. And it just felt like this person that's coming in is truly speaking to your heart. They know your heart. They know who you are on the inside, and they love that person on the inside, not just who you are on the outside, your appearances, your, the things that you do on, in your career, or the kind of people that you hang around with. They appreciate that about you, but they really seem to be able to speak the language of your heart. And that's beautiful. And then we have these couple of cards that came out in reversal. And I feel that for a lot of you, it kind of feels like at this point of time in your life, there's a feeling like you're not really ready. You feel like you're not ready to meet a new romantic connection. There's a part of you that may be afraid of maybe history repeating itself, or feeling that sense of despair or a lack of hope, where you may be feeling like, well, there is no one out there who really can speak to my heart the way that I would like it to be. There's no one out there really for me. maybe you've had a lot of experiences in the past where people have really hurt you in a deep way, and that has led you to feel that, there's not gonna be a high chance that you would meet someone like that. And this person that comes in really changes the whole game for you and changes your expectations and your idea around this situation. Um, Spirit is saying that some of the experiences that you've had in the past were actually not in alignment with who you are. Like those people, they were in and of themselves not people that were aligned with your soul. So it is very natural for those relationships to have fallen apart. And you are not at fault. You are not less desirable or less or unlovable in any way because of the failure of those relationships. And really, that was all because they were never meant to be. There was, maybe you were pursuing um, something else other than a relationship with that person. I think a really common example is that sometimes when we are, I don't want to bring age into this, but this is, I think, a very common age thing. Like when we're younger, when we don't really know who we are, it's easy to get into relationships with people that we think are that we think these people love us. It's easy to get into relationships with people because we are enamored by a certain aspect of them. Maybe it is their lifestyle, maybe it is their belief systems, that seem very new to us, and we get drawn to that. However, on a deeper level, we didn't really know what we were signing up for. And that's really, really normal. And it's time, I'm hearing, to let go of the pains and the hurts of the past and to allow yourself to breathe new life into your love life again. There also was some experiences in the past, I'm hearing, that it stripped your power in some way. It made you feel so powerless in those relationships. It made you feel like you were so unworthy, maybe because of the way that certain relationships played out, the kind of words that were said to you, the kind of words that you said maybe, or the kind of things that you did in those relationships actually made you feel like you lost a sense of self or your sense of identity or your personal power and your agency as an individual. And you're really reclaiming that with this new chapter of your life. This person that's coming in is also helping you to heal and recognize the voice in your heart. And I feel that for a lot of you, you are taking things baby steps with this new person because you are not wanting to repeat history by diving headfirst into the relationship from day one. You're really trying to get to know them and allow them to get to know you. And also, you're still in the process of getting to know yourself. So you're not in a rush to jump into anything new and big. And I feel that there's a big part of you that doesn't have that same anxiety of, if I don't give this person my all right now, they're going to run away and they're never going to love me again. I feel that this anxiety and this impatience to rush into relationships is something that you really know better this time. And you're not so, what's the word? Like, you're not so afraid of losing this person and wanting to give everything to them so that you can keep them. So this is what we're seeing first of all, and let us get our oracle cards to see what else is coming through for you. We have the impatience card come out. I love that. And I don't often take, or I don't take cards that fall out, but I feel like this card is really for you. It's so synchronistic that this card appeared. So let's see what else is coming through for pile number 1. And the next card we have is Miracle. That is awesome. So yeah, you have this impatient energy in you in the past. And to some extent, I feel that there is a residual energy of impatience that you're carrying. And the impatience is only there because you really want to change your life around. You really want to turn things for the better. You want to meet the new version of you as quickly as you can and heal from the past as quickly as you can. And so it's impatience towards that. And Spirit is saying that, you know, you are on your healing journey and you can't really rush through the healing process, even though you want to. Um, this is something that takes place in its own natural course. Of course, you can do things to expedite the process, to sort of catalyze change in a quicker way. Um, but I think you're also needing to tune in into your heart and your soul as to what is the pace of change that most suits you. Of course, change is uncomfortable, but we don't have to throw ourselves into uncomfortability when we are feeling very raw. um, this is a delicate balance, and everyone has their own sort of measuring stick of how they want to do it, and no one's right or wrong. For me, like me personally, I love to throw myself into uncomfortable situations, and I would just give my all to transformation, to change, and like taking risk and all of that. But for someone else, they may have a different idea, different preference, I guess, for this kind of thing. So it's really up to you, and listen to your heart. I think one thing here that's shining through very strongly is that when this new person comes into your life, you are for sure not wanting to be impatient with the relationship and really just allowing the intimacy to grow uh, more slowly, and yeah, just not rushing into the stages of the relationship. And then we have Miracle, which I think is beautiful because we did feel that you kind of had this feeling of despair and feeling like there was no one that's going to be there for you. And Miracle is this feeling that this person coming in almost feels like it's a miracle. It's like, wow, they really exist, you know, like this person that I have been holding in my soul, in my heart, really does exist in this world, and they really do love me for who I am, and it's a miracle to meet this person. Another feeling that I'm getting with this card, this miracle card, is also that the attachment that you have with this person coming in doesn't feel that strong. It kind of almost feels like you're not attached to any specific outcome with this person that comes in. You are really just enjoying them for who they are and allowing yourself to enjoy the relationship for what it is, and really not trying to too quickly decide or determine or give this relationship a label. You're really just letting go of some of these attachments that you once had and allowing the relationship to just be. And that in itself, I think, is a very beautiful and very it's a very warm and comfortable place to be in with people. It's almost like you're very comfortable with uncertainty, because when you don't have the label, you don't have that certainty, right? And it's it seems okay for you. You're just comfortable in that uncertainty, which is really cool. So let us get a couple more cards for you here. Ooh. And we have number 17, inner peace. Yeah, it is a very peaceful relationship, I must say. I think this person coming in is definitely bringing you a lot of peace. And it's also restoring a lot of peace in you. It is romantic, I'm sensing, but also none of you are trying to force the other person to take this relationship to a place that you are not ready to go. And so that's why it feels so peaceful. The next card is number 14, forgiveness. So another reason why this person is coming in is that they're also bringing you so much healing and allowing you to forgive the past, and allowing you to see that you can be forgiven. I'm not sure, like, but it feels like you are really beating yourself up over something that happened in the past, and maybe you did some things that you really felt were not in alignment with who you are, and you've been finding it difficult to forgive that past version of yourself. And this person coming in is helping you to see that forgiveness can be given, and you are still a whole and complete person. You're not broken in any way, and you can be loved just as who you are, even with the history that you have. And really, every one of us has history. No one is perfect. No one is a saint. And if we try to live up to these perfect ideals, we'll find ourselves in a bit of a sticky situation, I must say. So We're all made up of many colors, and there's black and white to every single person. No one is just one color. So give yourself some grace with that. So let us see what are some additional cards we have for you here. And the first card is Liberator. I love that. So it says light attributes, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, and the shadow attributes is imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. So there is definitely a feeling of liberation coming through for this pal with this new person that's coming in. They are also liberating you from some of the belief systems that you may have held onto in the past. I don't feel that you still are holding onto those belief systems. It's just that you are trying to find space for new things to come in. You're kind of in this transition phase, and this person is really helping you to liberate from the past and showing you a new way to live and modeling that for you in a beautiful way. And ooh, there's something here that I'm hearing. I think that for some of you, you may have been in codependent relationships, and that's why you are so sensitive to not rushing the process in the next relationship that you're entering into. And this new one, this new relationship coming in, it feels actually very liberating because you're not trying to bend over backwards to meet the other person's needs the way that you perhaps had to do in the past. Okay, the second card we have is Child Eternal. Light attributes, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes, and shadow attributes, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So there's some confirmation there that there may have been some codependency in the previous relationships that you've had. And I feel that in this new relationship coming in, it kind of feels like you guys are both really speaking to each other's inner child as well. You're having a lot of fun, a lot of just innocent, playful times together, not trying to be too serious and grown up about everything too quickly, not trying to like move in together or figure out your finances together or like doing a lot of this adult stuff together. Like you're not in a rush to do that. You're not in a rush to figure that out. You're just really enjoying each other's company in a very innocent and childlike manner, and you're both speaking to each other's inner child in a very beautiful way, and that also feels very lighthearted and something that you've been really wanting to embrace. And then we have Don Juan. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it says light attribute, spotlight your positive seductive qualities, shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Ooh, so this new person coming in is making you feel very desirable, making you feel sexy. There's a very seductive, very attractive kind of quality that the both of you have to each other. And one thing coming through here is that it does not have to be sexual, and it can still be sexy and seductive. It just feels like this intense attraction. It can be a sexual relationship if you decide to be and if you want to go there, but I feel that there is a lot for many of you. It's wanting to take things one step at a time, and this doesn't diminish the seductive quality that is in the relationship. And I think it's opening your eyes to a whole new dimension of what's possible, that you know that you can be sexy and seductive without having to do things that you don't want to do. Okay, so you can be desirable without having to compromise your values or your boundaries. Okay, so this is what I see for you, pal number one. Thank you so very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading and would like to do a personal one with me, I am available for booking, so feel free to check out the link in the description box below. And if you enjoyed this reading as well, please do give this channel a thumbs up and to subscribe. I would really appreciate that a lot. And thank you again very much for watching. I would like to thank Hana for the magic, my teachers and guides, for coming through with these amazing messages and wisdom. And I hope to see you guys in a future reading. Bye! Hello, pal number two, and welcome to this reading all about who is coming into your life and why. So, we are going to start off the reading with our Hanafuda cards to get some messages for you first. So, let us shuffle the cards and go from there. So, let's see who is coming into your life and why. So, the first card that you have, of course, is the chrysanthemum, which is what you pick at the start of the reading. And then we have, the Paulonia. And the bush clover and the boar. That's beautiful. Underneath the deck, we have the peony and butterfly card in reverse. This is taking me on a ride, these messages. Okay. So, pal number two, what I am sensing is that because I did set the intention in this reading that we would look at romantic connections coming into your life. However, for your pal, I feel that this relationship that's coming in doesn't seem to be starting off as a romantic relationship. And it kind of almost feels like you get to decide if you want to take this relationship to a romantic place or not. Like, it could go both ways, and I feel that you would be happy with either choice. So, first of all, we have the chrysanthemum card. And this card talks about how we are really being ourselves, being authentic to who we are, awakening some of the innate gifts and talents that we were born with that came down, passed down through our DNA. The chrysanthemum relates to our family, our lineage, and it talks about how we are connected to our blood relatives and the kind of gifts that they pass down to us from generations. It's we often talk about generational trauma, but there's also generational gifts that we receive from our ancestors. And this person coming into your life is in some way helping you to awaken that connection with your innate gifts. They recognize and they see just how amazing and how powerful you can be. And I feel that they are a very strong cheerleader in your life, and they're really just wanting you to pursue greatness and bring these talents and gifts into the work that you do, into the things that you spend the most time in. They don't want you to just be in just any job. I feel like they really are your biggest cheerleader. They're really hoping that you can bring these talents and gifts to life and use it in a way that drives passion in everything that you do. And it's not only about driving passion, but I feel like maybe for your pal, there's a lot of you that want to make money doing what you love. And this person coming in almost feels like they could assist you in some way. Maybe they are collaborating with you on some kind of project, or you meet them in a work situation, a work environment, and they really just want the best for you in terms of career and passion. The other thing about this person is that they're also helping you to, it feels like you are at a place in your life where there are endings, where there are cycles ending. So you may have come out of a relationship, or maybe you have been single for a while, and maybe you have held on to certain beliefs about relationships, and you're kind of at the tail end of transforming those beliefs. Maybe, what's a good example for this? One thing that comes to mind is maybe you have felt like being single is is not desired. It's better to be in a relationship. Maybe that is the message that a lot of people put forth on young people in society, or even middle-aged old people, right? Everyone needs to be in a relationship, and if you're not, sometimes it can almost seem like there's something wrong with you. And maybe you're just coming out of this negative self-talk, and you've really come to accept that it's okay for you to be single. It's nothing wrong with that, and you are perfectly thriving and healthy and doing great as a single person. And then this person shows up, and it's like, hey, I was just about to accept my singlehood with all of my heart and my soul, and this person comes into my life. Like, well, they're throwing you a curveball. And I feel that because you have healed in such a big way, and you're not being like, you're not needing somebody to complete your half, you are a full and whole person. When this person comes in, there isn't a strong, like, oh my God, I need to get together with them and I need to start a relationship and be, attached and, have a label on myself. It just feels like, oh, okay, like we really like each other, we're really attracted to each other, and I'm still the number one priority in my life. um I'm still gonna treat myself the way that I would like to be treated. I'm still gonna be the queen or the king in my own world. And this person is like not really disrupting that that sense of tranquility that you have. Just quite interesting. So I've it leads really well into this next card here, which is the bush clover and the boar. This card talks about deep sense of relaxation, peace, and not having to wear any masks to pretend to be someone you're not. You're just really fully yourself. And so the kind of like desperation to pursue a relationship or to leave singlehood is really not in your heart anymore, if ever. And you are just very comfortable with the presence that this person has in your life. And there's a sense of like trust, like he or she likes you and they know that you like them, and there's a trust that, yeah, we have a mutual connection and we want to help each other become better versions of ourselves, and we are there for each other. And that's it. It seems to be a very solid, actually, beautiful kind of connection. Very interesting so far. I just feel like um you guys are in such mature, really, and interesting phases of your life. I just love that. Even for like Power One, it was a very mature energy. Like people are just not desperate to get out of singlehood. I don't want to say that, oh man, that doesn't mean that if you really want to get out of singlehood that you're immature. I really don't mean that. It just feels like um everyone has gone through puppy love. You've gone through the crush stage, and everyone seems to look at relationships with a much more deeper lens, is what I was trying to get at. Anyway, let us get our oracle cards to see what else is coming through. We have, first of all, perception and victim. Both green, so they relate to the heart chakra. This card did drop out, so let's see. Ooh, and there's also the card of miracle, which also appeared in Power One, so this may be relevant for you as well. This relationship coming in may feel like a miracle. It can really feel like a very miraculous connection where it breaks all expectations and really is a perception versus reality kind of situation where it just feels so different. What I'm getting with that is that your perception of what a relationship should be is getting challenged by the reality of what this relationship is actually in your life. So for instance, you may have a perception that falling head over heels with the person, getting married, having kids, that is a soulmate connection, having this person with you for life, like we are together forever kind of vibe. That's a soulmate. But in reality, when you meet this person, the reality of the matter is so different. And the message coming through from spirit is that it's going to look different for each of you. So maybe you are not really feeling like you need to jump into a relationship with this person, and yet you still feel this deep sense of connection and deep romantic attraction with them, and it doesn't diminish these feelings even though you're not like boyfriend girlfriend. Like it just feels like, wow, I thought that my ideal relationship would be one way, but it's turning out to be so different, and yet I'm still happier than I ever could be, and that is so beautiful. We then have the victim card, which is interesting to show up here. I think that many of you have also been healing from a victimhood sort of space where perhaps in your past relationships, in your past experiences with romance, it has left you feeling like you were cut high and dry and you were the victim, like you were the one who lost in those relationships, and you have felt like you were, yeah, you were the losing and you were the loser, to just put it very bluntly, in relationships. And you're really also healing that with this person coming in, to know that you don't have to be married to be a winner in life. You don't have to be, you don't have to have a life partner like defined in that way to win. You can win in so many different ways. You can win as a single person, you can win with a different kind of relationship dynamic. You can still win even if you don't match up to conventional societal expectations, and you're really opening your eyes to that possibility with this new relationship coming in. Let's see what else is coming through for pile number 2. We have, well, number 1, abundance. Yeah, I really strongly felt that this person coming in has something to do with your career. So maybe they're really helping you to build your business or build up your career. Maybe they're really assisting you in becoming more focused at what you do and hyping you up with the kind of work that you pursue, and it's making you bring in more cash abundance, more wealth into your life. The next card is number 3, chivalry. Ooh, yeah. I really, yeah, this really feels like the energy of the person coming in. They're really just a gentleman. They're not the kind of person that would force you into something that you don't want to do. They're not the kind of person that would make you like want to, or make you label the relationship when you are not ready. They're just so considerate of your timelines, your desires, your wants and your needs, and they're just ready to be there for you and open the door for you, you know, like they're not wanting you to like chain you down, or you know, do any of kind of those things, and just being extremely gentlemanly. Yeah, that's so freaking cool. And I think it's so like, it's so freeing to be in a relationship like that. I love that for you, pile number 2. So let us see what else is coming through for my pile 2s. And we have Judge, light attributes, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Shadow attributes, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. This is giving me like, maybe some of you are in the criminal justice legal system kind of career. Maybe you are wanting to do something about that. Maybe your project or your business relates with working with criminals or working with, you know, ex-offenders. That could be something of a confirmation for you. And the other message coming through is this fair distribution of power. It feels like the both of you see each other as equals, and you are really not trying to, like, sometimes in relationships there can be competition between two people, but for this relationship it feels like both of you are seeing each other as equals. You both think like that the other person is amazing, is wonderful, is doing like crazily wild things with their lives, and you're so excited for each other, and there's just this really great sense of camaraderie and support between the both of you. The next card is the Rescuer card, and it says light attributes, provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Shadow attributes, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. So I'm really looking at this word here, or the sentence here that says acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And again, that really reinforces the message here that we heard for you, which is that the both of you love each other, but you're not expecting like something in return necessarily. You're not expecting a label or any sort of commitment, actually. I'm not trying to scare you to say that there's no commitment in this relationship. It's just that you're not in a rush to tie each other down. And yet there is so much trust that you know that you love each other, and that's good enough. Like you don't need to like have that "do you love me" conversation with that person. It's just so clear. And finally, we have Prince. So light attributes, romantic charm and potential for power. Shadow attributes, using power for self-aggrandizement. Aggrandizement? Um, Not sure how to pronounce that word, but yeah, Prince, I feel like again is that chivalry message. This person just feels so gentlemanly. They're really treating you as the queen, as the princess, just having so much affection and respect and warmth for you. They are always ready to see you with a bouquet of flowers. You know, like these two men have like flowers that they're holding and they're kind of like presenting it to the lady. And they're just so willing to be there to be your knight in shining armor, to be your prince, to, you know, do things for you, and they just enjoy making you happy, which I feel is so sweet and so beautiful. So, pile number two, this is what I see for your reading. Thank you so very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, want to do a personal one with me, I am available for personal reading. So feel free to check out the link in the description box below. And do subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. It would really help this channel out a lot. And also, finally, thank you again so much for tuning in. I would like to thank Hanafuda Magic, my teachers and guides, for coming through with these amazing messages and wisdom, and I hope to see you guys in a future video. Bye! Hello, pal number 3, and welcome to this reading all about who is entering your life and why. So we're going to start off the reading with our Hanafuda cards, so let us give them a good shuffle, and then we'll go from there. So let's see here, who is entering your life and why for pal number 3. Alright, so let's see here. We have the cherry blossom in reverse, as well as the plum blossom in reverse. And of course, you have the deer and the maple card. And underneath the deck, wow, we have the wisteria and tanzaku card. Okay, so pile number 3, I feel that there is a feeling here that you, for some of you or many of you in this pile, you have been waiting for the right person to show up. Even if you have been actively pursuing this person, for instance, going on dates, trying to meet new people, you have been very selective about who you allow into your life on a deeper level. And I think you've not really given your heart away to anyone just yet, because you know that this person will show up and that you have not met them yet. Like there's a very kind of like specific feeling that you are going for in terms of your soulmate. I do feel that a lot of you are looking for your soulmate, and until you find this kind of like click in the connection, you're not gonna settle for anything less. And although I feel that your faith is very strong, there's also a part of you that is getting a little bit anxious and like wondering if this person will ever show up at all, because you have been putting yourself out there. It's not like you've been sitting at home just waiting for someone to knock on your door. You have been going out on dates, but you've not met this person yet. And so part of you is wondering like, is this ever going to happen? Is this ever for me? Is this feeling in my heart even true and valid? And despite those feelings, I feel that you still have a very strong faith that yes, this person will appear in your life. Now, the deer and the maple talks about communication with the divine, with the spirit, and how we have that strong relationship, spiritual relationship with our guides. And I feel that this is very much the vibe that you're getting with this relationship. It has to be something that you feel is spiritually aligned and connected. you don't want to just be with anyone. You really want to be with someone who can click with you on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. And the answer here is kind of open ended. Because, yes, I do see that this person is coming in, and it requires you to still continue to have that faith and trust that this person will come in. And there's also a message here of allowing yourself to be kinder to yourself. Maybe you have, in some ways, been speaking to yourself in quite a negative way, or looking at the situation in a more negative light, feeling that maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe you're just delusional to think that someone like there could exist out there for you. And I feel that there's a message here for some of you that you really ought to be gentler to yourself with your words, because sometimes they can be so harsh and cutting. This is huge. This person that you're trying to manifest in your life is huge. And there is so much at play here. There's fate, karma, and destiny, all kind of needing to, all coming together as factors in this relationship. And I don't even want to put a label on what this is supposed to be, because I don't want to put any sort of limiting beliefs or anything in your mind at all about this, because this feels like very otherworldly, very out of this dimension. Even it's not something that I can easily put to words, and you are manifesting something huge here, pile number 3. So you have I the message here is to let go of any rules you have about this. Yes, you're manifesting something huge. It doesn't mean that it needs to come in the next 10 years. Like, it can happen tomorrow. It can happen in 3 weeks. It can happen in 3 years. There's no rules about this. So don't put any like unnecessary expectations or restrictions around yourself on this. All you need to do, and you have been doing that, is listening to your heart and your soul, and really being true to this feeling that you have in your heart. Yeah, pile number 3. Oh man, this is deep for you guys. Oh my god, I was not expecting this. you know, I actually don't do that many love readings on my channel, so that's why I was actually feeling very nervous coming into this one. And so far, all of the messages have been pretty deep, and yeah, I think that's just very interesting, and I'm really honored to be able to bring this across to you guys and share this space with you. It's really, really beautiful, and I'm feeling the intensity of this relationship you're trying to manifest. I'm feeling the spirituality of this relationship and the weight of just how much it means to you. So let's get some additional insights about it for you. We have confusion. Yeah, I think some of you may just be really confused also, like we felt here. Like, on one hand, you have this strong faith in this person entering your life, and on the other hand, there's this doubt and confusion almost creeping in, like, when is it ever going to happen? Is it even going to happen? And that's clouding your judgment. Let's see what else. Ooh, we have instinct. So these both of these cards, like being white in color, they do represent the crown chakra. But I think also the gray cards in this deck represent like neutral, I think. But I'm also getting a sense that, yeah, this is a very spiritual type of relationship they are manifesting. I'm actually hearing that for some of you, it may not be a romantic relationship, but it could be a spiritual teacher that you're trying to manifest in your life, or any kind of spiritual relationship. So that is one message here for a specific group of people. And so amidst this confusion and this cloud and this fog on the road, you're really just following your instincts. You're really just moving forward with your gut feel. Your eyes are blind, but you're following your heart and your soul. You're not looking at people's appearances or the physical traits for this click and this connection that you're trying to find. You're really following your heart and your instincts. So let go of a lot of the expectations or the judgments or the expectations and judgments about what this person should or should not be. Follow your heart and your instincts is go that's going to guide you out of this confusion and this fog. The next cards, let's see here. Let's grab some of these oracle cards for you. We have life purpose number 19. Ooh, yeah. Man, this definitely feels big, like it's a life purpose. It definitely feels big. And it feels like you feel like this relationship is your purpose almost. And I think that's where the burden may be lying at. It can feel a little bit too stressful because you are putting so much weight on this relationship and this so much weight on needing this thing to manifest, and taking some pressure off of that, letting go of some of the attachment to it may help you feel more enjoyable in the process and not feel this stress to manifest this thing. Then we have number 17, inner peace. Yeah, so you may have felt like a sense of peace was lost over the last couple of weeks or years or months with trying to manifest this person. And there is a feeling of coming back to knowing that you are good enough and you are enough just as who you are. Even if you see very strongly that your life purpose means that you will have children, for instance, or that you will have a mate for life, you, as the version that you are right now, single and without children, is good enough. You are enough as who you are. And don't allow yourself to believe for 1 second that you are lesser than or incomplete in any way just because you haven't reached this ideal. So letting go of the attachment is so important, and letting go of this strong need for this to happen, letting go of the incompletion that you feel just because this has not happened, I think is a message and a very healing thing that can help you to feel more joy and ease in your life and more peace as well. Let's see what other cards are coming through for you, pile number 3. So the first card we have is Hedonist. Light attributes inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in you. Shadow attributes pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. So what I'm sensing from this card is that this is the feeling that you have been, or how should I put this? This is coming, the energy of this card is telling me that you have been very hard on yourself by trying to be this perfect version of you so that you can meet this perfect mate, meet this perfect person. And it's almost like you're tying yourself down to these huge ideals and these huge moral beliefs, and feeling like you've done something wrong or you've become a bad person if you ever veer off this line, this really narrow line that you stick yourself to. And so much more grace, empathy, and compassion is needing to come in for yourself, because a huge part of this journey that you're on is also about loving yourself. It's not just about meeting someone to love you and to love someone else. It's also about loving you loving you. And so even if you take part in some of these quote-unquote hedonist behaviors or actions, it doesn't mean that you have become a bad person. And like, what does it even mean to be a hedonist? Like, what are these quote unquote bad things that you're thinking of doing? Like, maybe you want to go out on a night out with friends drinking. Like, is that hedonistic behavior? Like, to indulge in good things in life, is that wrong? I mean, this is definitely a question that if you have been holding yourself down to a very narrow sort of moral line, this is a question for you to answer. And the stress that you've been placing on yourself to be perfect, I think, is getting too much to bear. The next card is Storyteller. Light attribute, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Shadow attributes, making up tales that harm others. And the last card is Child Nature. Light attributes, friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. Shadow attribute, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. So I feel like you may feel that this person has this person coming in is here to tell a story together. You may feel like you're here, like your story here on earth is to be written by two people. And that's where a lot of the incompletion inside of you may take place, because you feel like there's somebody else who also is meant to complete the story with you, and without them, this book can't be written. This is such a tricky place to be in, because I know that you have such a huge faith in meeting this person. And at the same time, you need to remember that you are whole and complete too, and that you can write this book as well. And the book that you write, the part of the book that you write, will be just as wonderful and just as interesting and just as light-filled and amazing. And with Child Nature, as I'm just looking and touching this card, the first thing that I'm hearing is literally going out into nature and letting off some steam with regards to this relationship, not putting so much pressure on yourself to meet this person or to have this person. Allowing yourself to have a bit more playfulness and that childlike nature of just enjoying your life and then smelling the roses along the way. And yeah, really just letting off some steam. The fact that we have this maple and deer card showing up, I feel that this is a strong sign that this person, Spirit is saying that to keep this answer open-ended. Spirit is saying to keep this answer open-ended. So I'm not going to decipher if this person is going to come in or is not going to come in. This is meant to be an open-ended answer, and maybe there is something really important for you to learn by being in this place of uncertainty. Maybe there is a huge lesson about trust and about inner security, about feeling that sense of peace inside of you without having to be too attached to the outcome. So, pile number 3, what a wild ride this reading has been on, and I hope it has given you some clarity and truly, or some confirmation at least. And yeah, I'm so interested and honored to be part of this journey with you, even though it's just a small part. And I wish you all the very best. Like, wow. I'm just still reeling in from the weight of this energy that has come through. So thank you again for sharing your time and your energy with me. I appreciate you so much, and I wish you so much love and so much kindness, blessings, peace to you. If you enjoyed this reading, I am available for personal booking, so feel free to check out the link in the description box below. And do subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. It would really help this channel out so much. And also, thank you very much to Hanafuda Magic, my teachers and guides, for coming through with these amazing messages and wisdom. And I hope to see you guys in a future reading. Bye!